Well, as Greg said, yeah, I've been a pawnbroker. I was a pawnbroker for 30 years, and 17 of those years, I ran my state pawnbrokers association. Because of that, and because of my activity in the National Pawnbrokers Association, I have literally been in hundreds of pawn shops. I love going to pawn shops because, you know, the operations that I go into, I learn so much. And there's been operations that I've gone into that were just so incredibly well run. I was intimidated. Oh my God, boy, they got it together. And then most of them are nice, family-run stores. Okay, this is how we do things, and we help our members in the community, and we help our employees. And then there's been a few that I don't really know how to describe their operation. Why don't you think cardiac arrest with paychecks? You know what I'm talking about. But as I was traveling my state with the State Pawnbrokers Association, there was one pawnbroker in particular. Anytime I got in his part of the state, I don't know why, but I stopped to see him. I quite frankly, irritated the hell out of him. Excuse me. And there's just something that doesn't allow me to feel comfortable standing in someone's pawn shop and watching potential profits walk out the door, walk out the door, walk out the door. Irritates me. The first time I went into this gentleman's pawn shop, I'll never forget it. I walked in, I wanted to introduce myself and tell him about what was going on in the state. He was with customers, so I looked around a little bit. And over in the corner by the front door, there was a set of antique golf clubs, kind of pretty cool sticks. And I looked them over, he had $200 on them. I thought, oh, let's got to start somewhere, I suppose. So we got a chance to visit, and I spoke with him for a while, and as I was getting ready to leave, he said, well, Steve, thanks for coming in, stop in anytime. I said, by the way, before I leave, you got those golf clubs sitting by the front door. You know, those old ones? He said, oh yeah. I said, would you be willing to wholesale those to me? I'll buy them right now. He said, you know, if you got your tax number on you, I'll sell them to you without sales tax. He said, but I just don't see any reason to discount those golf clubs because, you know, those are hard to get. I said, yeah, I know. Well, thanks anyway. Last year, I was in his part of the state, giving an interview, as a matter of fact. I couldn't help myself. I blocked the time to go see him. Before I went out of town, I stopped in. He was just, oh my God, I can't believe you're here, but yeah, you know. That set of golf clubs was still sitting in the corner, and it was sitting there with the same yellowed $200 price tag on it. And when you looked on it, it looked like it hadn't been dusted in a while. And the fact is, the first time I went into that gentleman's pawn shop was 15 years before that. Wild. Why am I telling you this story? Not because I would accuse anybody in this room of having inventory that's still in inventory 15 years later. No, that's not the point. This is the point. Again, as far as I'm concerned, this pawnbroker can run his business any way he sees fit. But in my experience, he is heavily affected with what I call the junk shop mindset.